We'll consolidate the discussion we had about identifying which among the three quantities, speed, distance, or time, can be equated with this question. Here again, we have two friends. So one of these three, there is a possibility of equating it. Right? This is how it basically looks. Let's say this point is Cambridge and this is Boston. A and B start from opposite ends simultaneously and travel towards each other at constant speeds. So let's say both of them left at 6 a.m. just for illustration, and they reach the meeting point at 7 a.m. The time to reach the meeting point is going to be same for them. So with respect to the meeting point, what can be equated? The time taken by A to reach the meeting point and the time taken by B to reach the meeting point is the same. Let's take that quantity, let's assign a variable for it. Let that be equal to t minutes. After meeting, what happens is A proceeds towards Boston and A is going to take 32 more minutes to complete the journey. And then B proceeds towards Cambridge and is going to take 50 minutes to complete this journey. I'm going to assign a couple of variables, and with that we can get started with the question. I'm going to assign A kilometers per minute as the speed at which A is traveling. And I'm going to assume or assign B kilometers per minute as the speed at which B is traveling. Look at the units I've selected. I've not gone for the traditional kilometer per hour or mile per hour. I've chosen kilometers per minute primarily because time is given to us in terms of minutes. So if I take it as kilometers per hour, then it requires me to convert the units by keeping the minutes as minutes and speed as kilometers per minute. I don't need to do any conversion. Right? So these are all the assignments. So let's quickly see this once more. The time taken to reach the meeting point for both A and B is t minutes. After meeting, A takes 32 minutes to reach the destination. After meeting, B takes 50 minutes to reach the destination. The assignment of variables is A travels at A kilometer per minute at a constant speed throughout the entire distance, and B travels at a constant speed of B kilometers per minute for the entire distance. What do we have to find out? We need to find out how long did B take to travel this entire journey. We know B took 50 minutes for one part of the journey. And we have assigned that B is taking t minutes for another part. So if we find the value of t, we have the answer to the question. We're going to be doing it this way. Let's look at this distance AC. This distance AC, let's compute it as A travels it, and let's compute the distance as B travels it. As A traveling it, A has taken t minutes to cover this distance AC. And we have said A is traveling at a speed of A kilometers per minute. So the distance AC measured from A's perspective will be A kilometers per minute into t minutes. So the distance traveled AC is going to be equal to A into t kilometers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to compute the same distance AC as B travels it. How long did B take to cover this distance? B took 50 minutes to cover it. And at what speed is B traveling? B is traveling at B kilometers per minute speed. So from B's perspective, this distance AC is going to be 50 into B kilometers per minute. This distance AC, whether A travels it or B travels it, is going to be the same. So AT is equal to 50 into B. Let's repeat the same exercise with this distance BC. Pause the video here. Compute the distance BC as A travels it. Compute the distance BC as B travels it. Equate it and then come back to the video. A takes 32 minutes to cover this distance. A is traveling at a speed of A kilometers per minute. So the distance BC is going to be equal to A into 32 measured from A's perspective. Measured from B's perspective, B took t minutes to cover this and B is traveling at a speed of B kilometers per minute. So this is going to be equal to B into t. So this is 1 and this is 2. What I'm going to do is, beyond this point, the concept of speed distance time is over. What we are going to do is some algebraic manipulation to come up the answer. I'm going to rewrite this as B into t is equal to A into 32, which is exactly the same. X is equal to y is equal to x. I'm going to multiply, let's say this equation is 3. I'm going to multiply equation 1 with equation 3. What happens to the left hand side? A into t into B into t. So this is going to become AB into t square. What happens to the right hand side? Right hand side is 50 into B into A into 32. So it is A into B into 50 into 32, which is equal to 1600. Divide both sides by AB. AB and AB gets cancelled. T square is equal to 1600 or T is equal to 40. The units for T is equal to minutes. What is T? T is the time taken to reach the meeting point. We know B took 40 minutes to reach the meeting point because T is equal to 40 and another 50 minutes to cover the rest of the journey. So how long did B take to cover the entire journey? B took 90 minutes to cover the entire journey. Quickly recap this entire thing in a printed form. Right. We're going to be measuring A's travel. A's travel distance AC is equal to speed of A into time taken by A. A has taken T minutes for AC. And A continues his travel. He takes 32 minutes for BC and is traveling at the speed of A kilometers per minute. So we've computed A's distance AC and A's distance BC. Let's compute the distances for B. B to travel this distance CA or AC is going to take 50 minutes and is covering it at a speed of B kilometers per minute. So the distance AC measured from B's perspective is B into 50. This distance BC as measured from B's perspective, B takes T minutes for it, travels at B kilometers per hour, B kilometers per minute. So let's equate the AC, which is equal to AT is equal to 50B. This AC is the same as CA. Similarly, let's equate BC and CB. That is going to make it as BT is equal to 32A. Let's multiply equations 1 and 2. Equations 1 and 2 are AT is equal to 50B and BT is equal to 32A. So it's going to become ABT square is equal to 50 into 32 into AB. Divide both sides by AB. We get T square is equal to 1600 or T is equal to 40 minutes. T is the time to reach the meeting point. So total time taken by B is equal to 40 plus 50, which is equal to 90 minutes. Check out the related videos and remember to subscribe to the channel. What's more, let's make scoring Q51 GMAT a reality. Sign up for the most comprehensive and affordable online GMAT quant course at gmat.visaco.com. That's again gmat.visaco.com.